Hey, John Hoffman here. Doing a new YouTube channel I'm going to call LARP Labs, mostly because I'm just some guy LARPing around in my basement trying to get better at shooting. Often trying to find more cost-effective ways of training because I've got a day job and a wife and kids that take the majority of my money. I can't have the same Gucci stuff that everyone else can. Around that discussion, I'm trying to fill some of the gaps I'm seeing on YouTube for not discussing some of the budget options or some of the weird stuff I'm trying to do. First thing that I wanted to cover on this channel was actually airsoft for dry fire training. Saw some videos online about this. I'm gonna try to make this short-ish. I've tried to record it 3 times now and it keeps ending up over 10 minutes. But a lot of people are looking at ways to dry fire or train. It's less expensive because ammo costs $1 billion right now. So what airsoft is at a high level, you're shooting these little 6mm black BBs or white BBs out of a firearm that looks incredibly realistic. If you're gonna buy an airsoft gun, you're probably gonna wanna buy it online. Most of what you're gonna find at local retailers isn't what you want. You wanna find something that's called a gas blowback or GBB pistol. This is a Glock WE Glock 34. Had to buy this online and import it. Umerex also makes some of these that's pretty high quality. Gotta be careful with your brands and ask around. If you've never seen a Glock or an airsoft firearm before, it functions just like the real deal. Mag release drops the mag, locks back when the mag's empty, got a slide release, the weight is the same, the frame is metal. If I take this gun and I shoot it, it's gonna lock back because this one's empty. So it's gonna lock back and just vent some gas to do that. So that's what these are. Why I like these for dry fire is you get a trigger reset. So I've used the Mantis, used other systems. This is just fun. So the ability to shoot 20 rounds, right, lets me do some other drills. It lets me shoot one, move over. It lets me practice trigger resets so I can make sure I'm resetting my trigger properly. Just a lot of things you can't do with, dry fire just with your own weapon system, or that you can't do with like a Mantis or some of the other systems that are out there to use. I also like that it shoots a projectile, so you get to check sight alignment at the same time without having a laser where you're trying to look for your impact, where with the laser you kind of got to look. There's some good tools for that, but overall that's why I like airsoft. Talking around quickly what I think you should buy. So I'm on a Glock, that's what I'm going to talk about. I like the WE Glocks. Just cost for what you can get it's the best that there is out there that I found. Umerex makes true 1-to-1 and they're officially licensed, so you don't have to import them from overseas. Umerex doesn't make a Glock 34 right now, which is what I use to shoot IDPA competition. When Umerex releases theirs, it's going to be $250. This WE Glock 34 costs $80. Umerex mag costs $45. WE mag costs like $22. So I ended up going that way on the WE Glocks. If you shoot SIG, you shoot some other platforms, I don't know enough to help you. You can ask around. WE is a good brand. Elite Force is a good brand. Tokyo Marui is a good brand. There's some good brands out there. If you buy within the good brands, you're probably going to be okay. And you buy gas blowback, green gas pistols. Downside of these WEs, these are not true 1-to-1. So this is a Glock 2130 holster, right? So I think this is the 45 frame. This fits this perfectly. If I go to what my real steel, so this is a G-code Kydex holster. No, this is not going in. This is the one for a 9mm. The slide is just a little bit too wide, but it's inconsistent. So this is a Safari Land 3660 high retention holster. This is a WE Glock 19. Goes in and retains no problem. So same with, this is a T-Rex sidecar with a APL, and I've got my APL mounted to this. Goes in, this is a little tight, but I could probably make that work. So will your holster fit this firearm? Maybe. And that was one of the hard questions I couldn't find answers for online. The best thing you can do is just go online, ask, see what other people can tell you on them. The other big thing that I want to talk about is what else you should buy while you're trying to buy the gun, because if you're like me, you're probably placing an airsoft order once in your life. So you want a gun, you want extra mags. You probably want a container like this. So this is like a 2,000 round container. You're gonna pay more per BB here to have this easy fill funnel. I'd buy probably one of these where you got the funnel to work with, and then they make like these massive bags I didn't want to drag out of my bedroom. So I bought 20,000 Matrix BBs, and I'll link that in the description below. It's like 38 bucks for literally 20,000 BBs. So I buy those in bulk. You save like 20-30% buying in bulk like that. So that would be my suggestion. This is what they call an airsoft speed loader. So how this works is you've got a plunger up here that you press and it just pushes out BBs. You're gonna want one of these. So these are like $6 to $12. This came with a Springer airsoft gun I bought when I was literally 13. It's worked the entire time, but it makes loading your guns way easier. So if I want to load this mag, I just pull the follower all the way to the bottom, and then I press my thumb and I just, now I'm out of BBs here, but I basically fully loaded that mag that fast. So you want that, it'll save you a ton of time. On the gas side, this is green gas, so this is what they run off of. This is real green gas. This is like $12 for, I think, half a pound. You've probably seen this. This is like a Coleman propane camping thing. These cost like $3.50 to $4. They're probably at your local Walmart, where if you're like me living in the middle of nowhere, you can't get this. This is a $10 propane adapter from KY Airsoft. I'll link this as well. All you got to do is occasionally take off this side port and lubricate it with 100% silicone oil, which you can get off Amazon, which I will link below. So that's my suggestion, one or both of these. And you just use those to fill your mags. So that's what I buy. I mean, that's probably got you covered. Now I'm going to move into some tips and tricks real quick and try to get this video over, because if you're brand new to airsoft, I can save you a lot of time. The first trick is that mag trick I just showed you with the speed loader. Even if you don't buy a speed loader, just loading them down here will save you a ton of time. How to load gas. So all you got to do to load gas in these, you hold the mag upside down, you hold the gas upside down, there's a port in the top, and you just push in there. You should hear like some sort of hiss or noise coming out of this thing. I keep them pretty close to my ears. It's faint. And that's how you know it's gassing. You know it's done gassing when it stops making that noise. I reload BBs and I reload gas at the same time every time I shoot. Speaking of shooting, targets. If you want to go super Gucci and buy some nice stuff, there's this company called Tac Trainers. They make these cool laser cut, like IDPA, USPSA, Texas Star targets that are metal that you can shoot. I haven't bought any of those because I don't need BBs all over my house. Instead, what I think you should do, you should get a cardboard box. An airsoft BB will go straight through a cardboard box. So you need to take a towel, a t-shirt, something, and drape it, you know, behind the box. And then I just staple targets. So like if I'm stapling a T-Rex arms warm-up target or whatever, that's what I'm shooting. And the nice thing about that, instead of shooting at these other targets, it'll capture all the BBs, or most of the BBs, so you don't have 107 BBs floating around your living room, garage, basement, whatever. The other tip and trick I would got, you want to buy black BBs instead of white. If you buy white BBs, there's a good chance your eye's going to be able to see those BBs go into a target, and then you're getting tempted to learn a bad habit by watching that BB and track it in. You don't want to do that. You don't want to reuse BBs. So you might find your box and find that you have like 20,000 BBs in there. You don't want to reuse those because usually there's like enough imperfections or stuff that happens after you fire a BB. An airsoft barrel like this barrel has a tolerance of 0.03 of a millimeter. So you're going to jam your barrels. It's going to be a gigantic pain. And it'll just make your life suck. The BBs are like 5 BBs for 1 penny. Just throw them away and move on, or recycle them, or whatever you're going to do. These will work poorly in cold weather. You're going to need to keep these mags warmish. So anything close to room temperature, you're fine, but just something to keep in mind. If you're going to do force on force, so like if you and a buddy want to figure out what it's like to, you know, play airsoft or pretend that you're drawing on each other and shooting each other, you're going to want eye pro for sure, because you got one set of eyes. You don't want to shoot your eye out. But you're also probably going to want, they make face masks. They cost like 10 bucks, 11 bucks. That way you're protecting your face. These can knock out teeth, and then you also don't want to get all marked up on your face because they'll leave dimples and stuff if you get hit with a BB. That's what I got. If you got any other questions, you could comment in this video. I'm probably going to cross-post to Reddit and Facebook. So if you got questions there, I hopefully will do a good job of responding to all these questions. That's what I got. I'm trying to keep it short. It's harder than it sounds. I think it's a great platform. I don't think there's a better way to practice dry fire. Ben Stoger's talking about it in the book I'm reading with him right now. Warrior Poet talks about it on his dry fire video. Milspec Mojo talked about it on the last Grand Thumb video he did. And T-Rex Arms has got a great video with Lico talking about how airsoft translates to real guns. I think it's a great platform, and I think it's a great way to have a budget cert pistol that costs $80. So questions, comments, leave them below. Hopefully we all make it through the crazy ammo panic of 2020 together. Thanks.